Hello, everyone. How y'all doing today? Well, we're doing something a little different today. I'm Fatal Foxtrot.
してるもしたを出す
I think that means
Nice to meet you, my name is Owo.
okay, cool. And we're gonna play Arcade Spirits. So this game is a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Usually I don't do visual novels slash dating simulator type games too often, but this one is kind of special to me because it's like, I don't know, it's like really empathic game, and these characters are like really well thought out, I guess you could say. Like they've got a lot of detail in them, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of this game. Maybe I'll show you a couple chapters of it and convince you to go out and buy it and play it yourself, or maybe I'll just play it all for you here. We'll see how it goes, but for now, let's go ahead and start a new story.
Now, I played this game for a little bit with Fatal Foxtrot last year before we were doing these sort of Let's Plays, and I remember it was a really cute game.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it pulls on your heartstrings, so we're probably going to have some low energy as we do this, just sort of feel chill and maybe a little warm as this game goes along. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. New profile number 237771. Economic bracket lower middle. Employment category bleak. Current emotional health rating low. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Proceed. Negative. Premium level assistance re-requested. Proceed. Negative. Pretty please? Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium services for profile number 237771. Justification? Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. Alright, so what do you want our names to be?
Not Ari.
What's our first name?
About like Brie.
We'll just be.
Not like the cheese, it's like Bree.
Like that?
The other one's the cheese.
BRI? I thought it was short for Brittany. Whatever, what's our last name?
What do you think it should be? Brie cheese.
Because no, that's like the cheese. You don't want to be cheese.
No, I am the cheese.
That way anybody can be us. Hairstyle. Oh, I like that one. What color?
Do like a cool perp.
Like that, like that, like that, like that.
Maybe more magenta.
Like that, like that, like that, like that, like that.
The other way. The other way on the pink scale.
This
Right
way,
there.
right there. This thing.
That one. Oh, that's pretty.
Nice, love it. What color is our eyes?
Yellow. Like
What?
gold yellow.
Like that.
Something that's hypnotic.
That'll do. Skin tone. Should we go vampire? Oh god.
I know. That's like my pale.
Not that pale.
Pretty close.
What about there?
That's nice.
Okay. Clothing color. Does it matter? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Look at all those colors, man. Oh, that's so green!
That's so blue. That's tolerable.
There you go. That'll do. Alright, that's good enough.
Brie cheese.
Name Brie cheese pronoun they is this correct?
Is it because we're cheese that we're they, or are we just representing non-binary people? Because
I just wanted anybody to be able to connect with our character if they wanted to.
That's fair. I also like the idea of being sentient cheese now.
Like when you're a sentient marshmallow
Yeah.
in this other game that we probably shouldn't talk about on this channel.
Yeah.
That we play.
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of their hopes and dreams.
I am free cheese.
The following is a work of fiction. All references to trademarked classic arcade game titles are used under nominative fair use and should not be considered an endorsement by their publishers or creators. Winners don't use drugs. Remember this screen? You ever see an old arcade game that had that?
No.
It used to be on every old arcade game in, like, I think the 90s.
That's funny. I didn't live anywhere near arcades in the 90s.
Level 1. Put your quarter up. It's the future year of 20XDX, a dark era in which mankind is pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister, I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XDX is pretty much what you'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro-gamer celebrities, internet trolls, personal assistant AIs, cheese-flavored snack foods.
Oh my god, we're a cheese-flavored snack.
But even with such wonders as 20XDX holds, to date, I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher, shoe salesperson, and a lifeguard for a local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kiddies, peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing, trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold, my quaint little apartment. Did you see that bug crawl down on the wall over there?
No, what?
Oh no, it's a drip from the coffee machine. Never mind. See it?
Oh!
Crazy, right? Can't complain, really. It's paradise, in a relative sense. I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least I was, before today.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
The horrified-looking young woman there would be my roommate and childhood friend, Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She's like the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job. Like, you know, today.
I don't get why you weren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about it. Why get upset? You want to be Juniper? Or...
Sure. Because you actually enjoyed that job. More than you enjoyed dishwashing, soap, and smelly socks at the very least.
I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart. The center does not hold.
That's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it?
No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever. I'll just get another job. Any job will do as long as we can make the rent, right?
Wrong. I saw how mopey and tired you were coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I caught you smiling sometimes.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
I thought you hated your job.
Come on.
No deflecting. This is about you. My mind's made up. We're gonna find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguard job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream?
Well, I was standing in front of class to give a speech, and I forgot to put my pants, and...
Your dream job.
Oh. I don't know, Juniper. Never really given it any serious thought.
I've got it.
Oh, hey, I think I've got just the thing to help you out.
Juniper pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon.
It's a virtual life coach. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings. Totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me.
Wasn't he the guy who ended up in an ER after making a homemade flamethrower?
It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture right with his water gun. Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending a friend. Great timing, huh?
Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess.
At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some jobs. Ones with less socks or urine.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay, but don't think too long, right?
In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying. I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself over my life, too. Both of us have had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life. A better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. The two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes, but skilled? Nah. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold in the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right.
This actually sounds like a dynamic you have with a friend.
Anyway. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet whack. By the time morning light leaked in through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me, pinned to the tiny fridge we shared.
Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you.
So, moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app, or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Moment of truth. It's just a game over if you pick the other one.
Oh.
Yeah, you just because you don't play the game.
Spoilers, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's no, I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that like there's probably a game over if you click that one. Like, it's just because you choose not to go with the story. I don't know. It's a visual novel, right? Seems like there'd be dead ends in there.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and...
Hello!
Hello! Huh. Okay, see, that's what I mean. Anyone else would freak out over a cute girl climbing out of their phone. Me? I went, huh? Also, it's one of those new kinda 3D screens, so, you know, not actual magical realism here. Very normal in the distant future year 20XTX.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza
So,
or
bagel.
you can have
Pizza anytime?
Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
Sure.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts. I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner.
Ooh.
I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
But, pretty tall order for an app to do, or are you some kind of wish-granting genie? You want to be Iris, or should I?
I can be Iris.
Sure.
Well, I suppose the modern parlance, a massively interconnected database searching virtual assistant, could be considered a kind of genie in a bottle. But honestly, All I can do is give you the chance to improve your life. What you do with it is up to you. I can cross-reference search data for you, but without motivation, you won't get anywhere.
I glanced up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Called out. Motivation is something I have a ton of, honest.
Hooray!
That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions?
Sure, why should I use this app at all? I mean, my phone already has voice-activated assistant AI. I could just say, like, hey phone, search the web for job listings, and it'd work just as well.
Ah, but I have advanced emotional language interpreter built in. I am a smarter than average program with more heart. I can help you sort your life out by analyzing your personality, finding you a perfect path in life, all thanks to my super glorious, wonderful, patent-pending, super-duper identity processing system. I read it wrong, but deal with it.
Identity identifier system.
Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that made my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R.
So a backronym? Lame.
Would you like to know more?
Sure, since we're showing off the game.
Every time you think about saying something, I can tag it with an identity. That way, you can be the sort of person you want to be. The system allows me to better understand who you are and what you need from life. I do this by analyzing your tone, inflection, and word choice. I can spot 5 different identity identifiers in your response to people: quirky, steady, kindly, gustly, and basic.
Gutsy.
Oh, gutsy. And basic.
Sounds to me like your programmers also wanted a bunch of other things ending in Y.
That is correct. My branding game is on point. Quirky responses uses jokes, snark, sarcasm to make light of a situation. Just the thing for picking up someone's spirits, but a badly timed joke may not win the room over. Yikes, yeah, that's true. Steady responses are sincere, honest, and logical. Whether you stop and think before speaking, when you stop and think before speaking, you're on steady ground. But that might not make someone's feelings get taken into account.
Close enough.
Kindly responses are compassionate and empathetic and a gentle nature. They're careful with things of others, but they're sometimes a bit wishy-washy as a result. Gutsy responses go with your gut. When you're brash, bold, risk-taking, and instinctive, you're gutsy. But it will also mean being blunt, confrontational, and aggressive, so be careful. Lastly, you can always take a basic option. It's balanced and neutral, safely moving the conversation along while learning more and digging deeper. But just remember, centrists get impaled on the fence, everyone.
Oh my god. What if she just like spat out like left-wing propaganda every now and then? Unless you buy the upgrade.
Over time, I'll build a personality profile for you based on the identifying identifiers detected in your speech. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genuinely steady, a mix of both. Who knows? It's up to you.
So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super gutsy? Oh, and never speak basically. I mean, being basic's bad, right? Sounds bad.
Heck no, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't limit yourself.
So, no bad choices feels like bullshit, though.
Yeah, because real life's not
It's
like
a visual
that.
novel, and there are like dead ends, you would think. Maybe there aren't. Who knows?
Sure, you could gamify your personality, and it's more fun to let it happen naturally. Oh, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be you. Sorry guys, the ADHD and dyslexia is like really bad today.
No, it's okay.
Now, let's see my patent pending
Identity
identifier. System in action. How do you feel about dad jokes?
Hi jokes, I'm dad.
That
I
would be
don't
me.
tell non-jokes, sorry. What's a dad joke?
I would say I jokes I'm dad.
Hi jokes, I'm dad. Seriously.
Seriously?
We missed her out.
Seriously?
Hey, I never said I was good at dad jokes, just that I could go for them.
So, now that you've seen the identity indicators in the action, do you want to see the indicators like that so you can make an informed decision?
Do you...
If not, I can hide the indicators. Keep
yeah,
it a
okay,
surprise.
so, we get it. Do you want to use the little icons in our playthrough?
I mean, it's interesting to see what they'll say. Each one is. But, like, mostly I'd be more interested in it to see what technically, like, I don't know, like, personally it would mean for myself rather than for gameplay.
So does that mean yes or no?
I don't know. What would make better content, you know?
I think better content might be not using it, but
Hiding
that raises my anxiety a bit because I kind of want to know. I don't know. I have a hard enough time deciding what to say to people in real life. And I kind of don't want to feel that anxiety in any stage or any amount in a video game that I'm trying to relax and have fun with. So I'd like to know what I'm saying before I say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the indicators.
Okay.
A little bit of lore for you guys. I'm not very good at the whole socializing thing, so that's like something I got a little playing a video game here, you know. That involves socializing with people.
Socializing is hard in our world. There's a lot of diverse, different types of people and personalities out there, and you never know what kind of culture or trauma or anything is going to affect the conversation you have with someone. I totally understand.
Okay, so Iris says...
Okay, you'll see indicators in all their glorious color.
What if I'm colorblind?
That's why they're so uniquely shaped as icons. Don't worry, I got your back. Wink. Anyway, as we go along, I'll analyze and tally your identity identifiers. In fact, let me show you now.
Good work.
Would you look at that? Such a strong personality. We answered one question.
You asked me a single question.
Oh. Off to a great start, I'd say.
And hang on, you're scoring me? Didn't you say not to gamify my personality?
Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm an app. I think in numbers, so I gotta gamify it a little. Anyway, studies show that achievements, or achievos as the kids like to say, encourage app engagement.
Okay, well, what's with the empty space on the left?
Oh, I also track vocal responses to
Jesus.
people you meet. Once you get to know some folks, I'll let you know how well you're getting along with them over there.
Relationship scores. Wonderful. So, will you also tell me what the correct responses are to avoid making enemies, or do I need to go and find a walkthrough for the vast game you're making of my daily life?
Bree, you're looking at it the wrong way. Generally, people won't get super annoyed at you unless you deliberately and repeatedly provoke them. Yikes, she does not know where I'm from, though. And it'll be obvious when you're doing that. I promise you that if you bungle a few social encounters, bungle a few social encounters, it won't really hurt anything. No cheating needed, just relax and have fun.
She's full of shit.
You can access your scorecard
Obsessive
anytime
Iris.
you like with the Q key, or
Q
click
key.
the score in the upper right.
Kiki. Sorry, return to game. Okay.
Corner of your screen. And that's everything. Ta-da!
Okay, but how is any of this supposed to help me get a job? A what? What's a job? I only downloaded this app because my roomie claims you're a great life coach for the unemployed. What good will taking the quiz off the back of a supermarket checkout rack magazine do with that?
What? It'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I the ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost, that's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Seriously?
Seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. Ooh, this
You
is
shouldn't
bad
do
advice. You should never dip your pen in company ink.
Alright.
But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment now, that's fine too.
Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? Never get a second chance to make a first impression. If I meet the right person, why put it off? How do I want to handle this new opportunity? Alright, so here we got our sexuality options. Like, do you want it to go ace, demi, or allosexual?
I mean,
Like, that's what our like representations are here in this part of the game. Like, if you have flirty first impressions, that's like your basic allosexual. Like, you could be attracted to anybody you meet, but you're not necessarily going to be.
I don't think I've ever heard that term before.
I'll explain it more later. I don't want to go into detail here on the show. The let's stay focused, I'll play it cool on day one at least is more of a demisexual approach in that, like, you have to get to know the person a little bit before you even approach romance with them. And this is your ace representation where you just don't do the romance part of the game at all and focus entirely on your dream job and your friendships.
I mean, like, I'd like to be open to romance possibly, but I wouldn't want it to be, like, the first priority, especially since we're trying to get off of our feet.
So you want to take out the 31st impressions?
Yeah.
Entirely?
Because that, like, even...
Well, you won't be forced to act on those impressions either. Like, you don't have to, like, flirt with it. You'll get a choice whether it seems appropriate or not to say something.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of people don't read into that in real life. So, like, I don't know. For me, I mean, obviously that one would be my choice. I also think even if you're not demisexual, you shouldn't just go up and flirt with somebody because you don't know their stuff. You could trigger them, you know?
Yeah, alright. Right now, I'd rather focus on finding a career. Any sweet lovin' can come later if I feel like it.
That's fine. I'm sure as you get to know people better, romance will eventually bloom. Or not. It's up to you, really. Now, let's get started. To finish analyzing your personal history, please authorize me to read your social media feeds and personal information metadata.
Aha! I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice, missing a kidney.
Sure, I could help you register as an organ donor.
Is that a command or?
Oh, you were being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. I couldn't tell. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized?
Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Just like the 17 self-help books on my shelf. Still, 18th time's the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
I love this joke.
I kind of want to date Juniper.
So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you.
I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes rather than those. Please, I don't think that's too much to ask.
What?
For your interview, silly, you want to look your best.
But we just... Okay, how did you land my dream job in 20 seconds flat?
Simple, I'm awesome like that. Now, get a move on, tut-tut. You need to catch the 8:20 a.m. bus. That's 9 minutes away.
Jesus. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I could just delete the app and go find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could... Yeah, we're gonna follow the main storyline this time around. A normal person, someone with high standards, would have deleted the app right there, rather than hop a bus to meet up with what were very likely men with sharp knives and a taste for kidneys. But me, I was already getting dressed before she'd finished that sentence. It's not that I believed the silly app's claims at serving any hopes and dreams on a silver platter. Honestly, I expected another shoe shop job at best. But well... It'd be worth the last, at the very least. I chose to trust in the science. What is my dream job anyway? What the hell? Let's do this. Like I always say, go with the flow.
Honestly, it's kind of like, oh, what the hell? Let's do this for me. But what is it
Is
for
Betsy
you?
for you?
What is it for you?
Trying to feel the character here. This is probably closer to me right here. Is I don't know what I want, what my dream job would be, what like would make me the happiest to do, what purpose in life really. So I think this response in this case. As much as I genuinely enjoy being a lifeguard, I can't say I've found true direction in life yet. I'd assumed I never would, honestly. When I was young, yeah, I guess I had hopes, I had dreams, maybe even what Iris called a spirit. After things went south for my family, I learned to put all that aside, but assuming Iris wasn't out for my kidneys, what if it's not too late? So I thought, one last time I'll have some optimism, some faith. And as I came to realize weeks later, turns out I was right to have faith in my spirit.
Oh, positive foreshadowing. That doesn't usually happen.
I thought that would be like the end of the prologue or something, but I forgot that the first chapter is rather long, so we're gonna extend this episode a little bit later. Just record it. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. Web sub.
Web sub.
Yeah, Subway, like, knockoff web sub.
Mm-hmm.
This is, well, it's a strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XDX, where places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called The Whole Story, an arcade, a fast food joint, and a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Listen.
What do you think?
I think that's two things no human being should have ever combined.
No, I mean about your future place of work.
I'm desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I working at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, but I'd rather not be a fry cook.
The one in the middle, silly.
What, behind the arcade?
It is the arcade.
Huh.
Trust me on this. I referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced and cross-referenced your personality details, personal history, and social media connections. This is your dream job.
My dream job. Really?
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs. 5-star arcades are social hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And for everybody who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well... No wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always this popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we narrowly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad, like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. Fun fact, if you go back a little deeper into my channel on my YouTube channel, I actually talked about this for a speech that I had to do for my bachelor's degree. Yeah, E.T., you can see it right here, actually. This game almost completely destroyed the video game industry before Nintendo and Sega basically rose it from the ground like a phoenix from ashes. All right, like this is wild. We almost lost video games forever. Can you imagine? But in this game here, this game diverges from the timeline in that crash never had a huge effect on the video games as a whole. It narrowly missed tanking the stocks. And so Nintendo and Sega probably exist, but they're just your regular ass video game company that everybody's competing for the space now. So, for instance, one of those factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. E.T. If this game was complete poop butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it'd ruin video games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? The mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy, risky prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was tasked with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep me for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no, it's an interesting prospect, but... I mean, are you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure.
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived. This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deco's Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in, fuck. Oh, flashback. 15 years. Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades when I was a kid. I wonder why I stopped going to them. Iris interrupts that thought, eager to show off her homework.
My sources say yes.
Trust me, when I said I was 99.97% sure, I mean 97% sure. Sorry, had a glitch. I meant it. That's not some arbitrary number. I'm designed to be a bit silly and whimsical, but my math is deadly serious. My coders made me to be the warm, personable front of a database array that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need. Right here, right now.
And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job?
What makes you think that is going to happen?
Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to, I don't know, compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. It's why I take things in stride these days.
Does that mean you won't even try?
I open my mouth to protest, and then close it. As often as my life tends to crumble out from under me, it's not like she was wrong. I still had to try. And besides, what is my dream job, anyway? That's what I was asking myself when I left the house this morning. I don't know what I want from life. I've been coasting aimlessly for years. When things started running downhill for my family, I had to grow up fast, put aside silliness like wanting to be an astronaut, and take what I could get. Now, thanks to Iris, I've got a shot at taking something a little better than what I'm usually get. I owe it to myself to try and be happy and paid. Happy and paid, not just paid. So, I opted to push on through these doors and see what waited for me on the other side. Time shooters. So like time splitters, but not copyright. The air conditioning hits me like a cold breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. As it's early in the morning on a weekday, it's not too packed with gamers, although it's so packed with gamers I'd probably have a hard time finding one anyway. Or it's so packed with games, I'd probably have a hard time finding one anyway. At once, I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games.
Neat.
Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff here from the looks of it, like really old. Although I don't recognize that game with stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke or dancing, a Japanese import?
My sources say yes.
Checking, that would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration of Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It won a lot of awards.
It's basically Dance Dance Revolution, but not copyright. I think that's what they're going for here, is that it's DDR. Huh. I recognize most of these, but... Whoa, is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screens is new to me.
Fist of Discomfort, a hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of esports scene for the last 8 years.
I think this is supposed to be like a reference to League of Legends,
Oh.
which is a MOBA game that's been running for fucking definitely over a decade now. It comes and goes in popularity. Like sometimes it's wildly popular for a year, and then nobody plays it except a handful of people for a few years.
I have friends that played it, and they would shorten League of Legends also to LOL. So
LOL,
when
yeah.
texting language started, I got really confused really
yeah.
fast.
Right.
They'd be
Okay.
like, I'm just playing LOL, and I'm like, playing what?
2 genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry, ma'am, I was just talking to myself and had an overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered me calling her old. She looks up from her knitting, seated behind the ticket prize redemption desk, and offers a wrinkly smile.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first 2 words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose.
When they bleep it out, it's like you're
How can
swearing.
I help you, dear?
1980. Fuck!
A funplex? Is that when you suplex a clown? A genie on my phone set up a job interview for me, and you've been in business for XDX years?
I think the basic would be like the most polite.
Yeah, right now, because we just met her. I don't want to, like... The storm of 1980X? I wasn't technically alive for that, but I heard it was pretty awful. You want Francine, or do you want me to...
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, we've been endured many a noise around these parts. You get used to it. My little arcade stood the test of time and weathered all elements.
I love it. You do it great, Francine. Or, old lady. Sorry, y'all don't, know who she is yet.
We've actually been around since 1970. Fuck! Back when the games were in black and white and pinball was all the rage. Oh, how times have changed.
That long? But I thought the arcade business was high risk.
Not when you hire good people with love in their hearts. Actually, are you here looking for work, perchance?
I am currently classified as job seeking, yes.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been hoping somebody would reply to that ad I posted on the webs.
Please, call me Francine. As in, Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what?
Oh my fucking god.
Having intensely physical relations with me.
Okay, she's a Sagittarius.
That's information I needed to know, yes. Alright, lady.
And you are?
Bree cheats, ma'am.
Very well. Shall we retire to the office to conduct our interview? I'd carry on out here, but it's rather noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, about that. How do you deal with the constant noise anyway?
Oh, eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and boops. It could take weeks to become acclimated, I found, but in the end...
Done. She quirks an eyebrow.
Well, now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please.
Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and into a door marked employees only. It takes all of my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Yeah.
Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I'd suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been so overworked lately. Please have a seat and we'll begin.
As quirky as this place and its owner may be, at least I'm confident that I can nail the interview portion of the proceedings. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but the point is, I'm confident, prepared, ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Yeah, she's Sagittarius.
Right. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, thinking of Francine, yeah, definitely. Right, okay, maybe this wouldn't be a typical job interview after all. No problem, go with the flow. Let's do this.
She's a witch, isn't she? Look at that bracelet.
Spoilers. She may or may not be a witch. What kind of neither of these. I would be a Compsognathorus. He's a little guy. He's like this big, and he's like kind of lanky, and they're like they travel in packs and they're little. Well, they traveled in packs. They're little and they're dead.
Did you go through a dinosaur phase?
No, everybody has a favorite dinosaur. They stop talking about it when they become grown-ups, but it doesn't mean it's not your favorite anymore. Anyway, my option's not here. The closest thing to it would probably be a brontosaurus, because they're kind of chill. Big dude, enjoys salad. I've always liked the brontosauruses. If you're gonna go dino, go big or go home. And not really a brutal meat eater.
Indeed, and nothing says self-starting go-getter looking for a dynamic job position quite like a 16-ton slow-moving lump of meat.
Oh, fuck, are you being sarcastic? Right. Maybe I should have gone with raptor. Everybody loves raptors.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack?
Badass.
If this was a favorite food question, I'd have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos. But snacks?
You have pizza on a bagel.
Say pizza bagels. When pizza on a bagel, you cannot.
Hush you.
Come now, dear. I don't have all day.
After giving it a good thought, well, how could I forget my favorite snack? This is so mean, but I've already done so many basic answers in a row now.
Maybe just be like, tacos are my favorite
Yeah,
snack. And
'cause
meal.
Tacos, and only tacos. There are no other sustenance.
I can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want. And how to get it.
I lied.
Oh.
You know what they say, that you are what you eat. Next question. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. I braced myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Is this interview for real or is this a dream? As I look into Francine's deadpan expression, I know she's 130% serious. Yeah, actually, this one's true.
We could both, actually.
Yeah, I have a medical background. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but I could potentially bring, as long as, licenses and shit don't continue to be necessary, because I'm not licensed or anything, but I do have experience. So, yeah, and there you go. And hey, no lawyers left to sue for malpractice. That one's more honest. Medical, definitely. In a world without lawyers, I'm sure I could do a reasonable job. But seriously, I did have to take first aid class when I worked at a previous jobs, and CPR lessons.
That's a great point. Doctors and nurses will be all exposed to assorted patient zeros and will be the first ones eaten. Oh yeah, definite Sag. People with any medical knowledge will be in high demand and could be a difference between your party living and dying slowly and painfully. One more thing.
Why are you here?
The next question is so simple. It's so simple and almost actually relevant to career planning that it takes me off guard. It took me off guard so hard I had a hard time reading that. Like, oh yeah, why am I here? I told you, I came about the job offer.
You're seeking a job, true. But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
To be honest, I didn't have a better answer than a vague hope that maybe this time I wouldn't lose everything. But that's just enough motivation to face each day, no more than that. It wouldn't be enough to answer her question. I needed to actually think this through. Okay, so Funplex, a plex of fun, and I like fun. To be honest, I don't know, not yet. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had much lately. If I don't dare to take risks, I'll be stuck, or confused silence. Well, we're definitely rolling out confused silence here because I want to be profound in this moment.
I feel like the heart is the most honest one to your character.
To my character, sure. But
you.
This is also honest to my character. The steady answer that I don't know yet. But for me, yeah, I also think the heart is probably the best answer here. Understand that I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess for over a decade. In and out of jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but well, the people in my life who are close to me keep encouraging me to try and chase my dreams. That's why I'm here. I'm looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming all the time, I promise. In my last job, I was a lifeguard, and that takes a lot of focus. I'll be just as attentive in helping your, Funplex. That perks your attention.
Oh my, a rather serious occupation that. And an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believe. You enjoy this role as a lifeguard, I take it?
Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often noticed me smiling after coming home from work. Which makes Francine smile, in turn.
I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at many ways one can save a life, even here.
Oh yeah, she's a witch.
Very well, I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work.
I breathe easier at that. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had, to be sure, and yet it felt appropriate. Like it was about far more than just filling a slot on the payroll.
I love her earrings, by the way.
Yeah, the Pac-Man earrings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Francine leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask exactly what duties this mystery job I'd accepted really involved. Francine gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the prize desk. And you know what? We will find out what happens behind the prize desk in the next episode, since this one's gone on for kind of long.
Thank you for being here with us, dearies.
Yes, and I hope you enjoy this little breath of fresh air in a video game, I guess. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Ta-ta!
Bye.